Growing up is like being bread baked in a dirty old oven. The substance of the bread is always the same, from when it's dough to when it's baked. For me, it is white, homogeneous, made up of a couple different things, but blended so it doesn't really matter what the ingredients used to be. I am Wonder Bread. But the oven makes a difference. The smells and splatters of meals past cover the walls of the ancient oven. The scents and essence of all that had been formed there before seep into the bread, along with the heat as it slowly rises and begins to take shape. The strange thing for my particular loaf is that there was more than one oven. The first oven was especially hot. I remember baking, especially in the summer in a dry heat. In that oven, the oily smell of tortillas and the rich, hearty smell of refried beans soaked into me. Sure, there was the smell of some bread that had gone before me, and the heavenly essence of my mother's lasagna. But what I remember most is the terracotta orange coat of grease that was my home. I don't remember that oven very well, though. I do remember being yanked from the oven, carried away, and shoved in a new one. That was the oven where I really rose from adolescent dough to full-baked bread. That's the oven I remember the most. This oven was also not a bread oven. In this place, I still felt strange for being Wonder Bread and even stranger for secretly carrying the scents of the oven before. This oven's walls were caked in soy sauce and smells of sauteed vegetables and meat. And even though it was strange at first, I came to understand the new, even heat coming from underneath me, and the light above me, and why the walls were so close, and how the hinges on the new oven door worked. I began to drink in tangy teriyaki, and for a while, I dreamt of being petite, like rice. I soaked in the essence of the oven and became taller and stronger, and I'd like to think that the oven began to smell just a bit like bread, too. Then, one day, I could take the toothpick's cruel jab and suffer no injury. I had reached the final degree. Toothpick day was the day I left the oven for good. I set myself on the store shelf along with all the other loaves of Wonder Bread. I marveled at seeing so many similar to myself for the first time. Simultaneously, I missed the place I called home, and what was like me was foreign. But after a while, I adjusted. So, now I'm waiting to be bought and sliced and experience all the other joys of adulthood. But even though I'm sitting on the shelf like everyone else, I can't help noticing that I'm slightly different in a way that's hard to see. I'm the odd one. The bread that didn't come from a bread oven.